And here it is. One of the hot springs of this area. Thankfully, one of these springs is closer to the beach and further from the dragon's palace on top of that fire-breathing mountain. I usually don't come down this far. I wouldn't be surprised if they were unaware that this one existed. Regardless, they still treasure these things. So, let's not be too comfortable. But, just comfortable enough to enjoy ourselves. From what you tell me of your homeland, something like this may seem exotic. Casually bathing in a volcanic hot spring, you know. Well, if that doesn't make it exotic, I'm sure the half-fish man bathing with you would. Not to mention, next to a volcano owned by flying, angry lizard people who breathe all sorts of dangerous things. Well, I'm not one to just stand here and look at it. I don't know about you, but I'm getting in. Avert your eyes if you must. It will be a tail and fins soon again. Won't find water like this anywhere in the ocean. That's for certain. It's always so cold when you get to the depths that my kingdom remains at. No sunlight, only glowing coral and the chill of the deep. And granted, our bodies are designed for that. But this is nice every once in a while. It really loosens up the tension of my scales. Seeps into the fibers of my being and revitalizes the soul. At least that's what it feels like. Is that what your undergarments look like from your homeland? So much detail and craftsmanship for something so hidden. Fine, I'll look away. If that's what you're used to, the clothing of this land will be a rude awakening for you. Not nearly as comfortable looking. Do all people wear that where you're from? Or are you just partaking in finery? Huh. You don't say. Interesting. I doubt I could pull something like that off anyway. To each their own, I guess. I can't wear anything that would interfere with my tail once I shift. The tight gray clothing most merfolk wear is specifically made from the scales of a sea beast. They shift around and move with our bodies as we shift from tail to legs. But it's not the most comfortable thing. Try wearing tanned fish hide over your unmentionables all day. Stuff tries to fuse with your skin. Well, yeah, it's nice to take it off every once in a while, so this is a nice little outing. Can I look now? Feels great, right? Especially after the last few days you've had here. You probably needed a good soak in the hot springs. Nothing better to put all the stresses at bay and keep you all nice and calm like a warm bath. And the dragons have a legend for this place as well. These pools are forever heated by the flames of their long-dead first dragon that awoke this mountain. So, any dragons who bathe in these things go on some spiritual journey or some hogwash. You'd think, if they really meant a lot to them, they wouldn't just forget about one like this. Either way, we get to enjoy ourselves some spiritual dragon water, while they can afford to be recklessly negligent. And you know, it's so well placed between the beach that the merfolk can storm, and where dragons can descend from any time. Right in the middle. If you think about it, this place is like the perfect middle ground. Imagine a truce being signed over a nice trip to the hot springs together. What's that? Some light reading you brought with you? Wait. Is that mage book you came with? But it's not waterlogged anymore. And everything that looked like it was tarnished seems to look restored. As if it was never submerged in the ocean. How did you do that? You didn't? Wait a second. I feel something coming from the book. Put your hands close over the pages. Do you feel it as well? It's as if the book is making its own wind. A draft right over the pages. Wait. I have an idea. Submerge the book again, in the hot spring. Just trust me. I know the book holds the keys to your arrival here, but there is more to this book than meets the eye. If it can heal itself once, maybe it can do it again. Just try it. Oh my. The book, it's producing its own air. And the bubbles rising to the top of the pool, they're coming from the spine of that book. What kind of odd arcane tome mystery is this? No spell was cast, was it? This is exceedingly peculiar. But if the book can just heal itself, then perhaps... Why don't you leave it down there? With all the bubbles it's making, we can turn this spring into a spa. Well, I guess this can count as being resourceful. The book has some use, at least, while we can't read it. Oh, yeah, that actually does feel nice. Can you feel the little bubbles just traveling around your body like a bunch of little massages? This is nice. Tell me, human, what's daily life like back at your world? Is it war-torn or peaceful? Is there magic or other means of power? Since you don't have half-bloods, what other types of people roam your lands? I'm just curious to compare worlds is all. Perhaps if there's a way to get you back to yours, I might not mind observing it for a bit as well. You can show me what it is your people do for fun, rather than trespass in draconic hot springs underneath the shadow of a volcano. Not as exciting, I presume. And do all people from where you are look like you? Well, as wonderfully featured is what I mean. If there is a world out there full of beautiful people that isn't torn by war, I'd say you've come from a heaven. Think about that. You've fallen through a portal in the sky from heaven. That must make you some sort of higher, more beautiful and graceful being, huh? Or did I just get lucky and have a rare, pretty little human fall through a portal into my care? Well, regardless, you're here now, so let me help you make the best of it. Perhaps, maybe a greater power up there destined you to come here. You were in the throes of deep sadness, after all. Maybe a vacation to a distant world with old Daurog was meant to cheer you up. I understand the lows of life, trust me. So, let me share with you the good things as well. And speaking of this bubble bath, would you like a massage to go with your warm soak, huh, human? Well, let me tell you that using these hands to wade underwater for a lifetime makes them rather dexterous while on land. No water resistance. Plus, nothing gets rid of stress like being pampered for a day. Today is for you. I took you here to show you that there's still joy to be found even after great loss. So in the spirit of keeping this day mainly about you, why not treat yourself to a Merman masseuse? These arms aren't just big for show. Here, turn around. Tell me where your pain is, and I will let it sink into this warm water as if it's being cleansed off of your skin like a stain. Enticing, no? Very well. Now, try to relax, because I've got you.